Good day, respected panelists. We are here to present our proposed inclusive language in education policy for a multilingual public school. In many classrooms today, learners struggle to understand lessons because the language used in teaching does not match the language they use at home. This leads to low comprehension and limited participation. Our policy aims to address this gap by creating a balanced, inclusive, and practical multilingual approach that supports both local identity and global competence.
The Philippines is home to over 180 languages, making it highly multilingual. In our target school, learners come from diverse linguistic backgrounds, with most speaking a mother tongue different from Filipino and English. This results in confusion, reduced engagement, and poor academic performance. Additionally, there is tension between implementing mother tongue-based education and meeting English proficiency demands. These realities highlight the needs for a context-sensitive language policy. That's all. Thank you.
Another major issue is the lack of localized instructional materials and limited teacher preparation for multilingual teaching. Because of this, even well-designed policies like mother tongue-based multilingual education face challenges in actual classroom implementation. Therefore, our proposal focuses not only on policy design, but also on practical solutions for real school conditions.
Our policy adopts an additive multilingual approach, where the mother tongue is used as a foundation while Filipino and English are gradually introduced. From kindergarten to grade 3, the mother tongue is the primary medium of instruction to ensure comprehension. From grade 4 to grade 6, transition phase begins, integrating Filipino and English alongside the mother tongue.
From grade 7 onwards, Filipino and English are the main languages of instruction, while the mother tongue is still used when needed. We also encourage translanguaging, allowing students to use multiple languages to express understanding. For assessment, we propose using the mother tongue in early grades and gradually shifting to bilingual and English-Filipino assessments.
Our policy is grounded in strong educational principles. First, linguistic rights ensure that learners understand the language used in teaching. Second, according to Commons theory, skills developed in the first language transfer to second language. So this means a strong foundation in the mother tongue leads to better learning in English and in Filipino. Thank you.
We align our approach with the national MTB-MLE policy while improving its implementation. By using culturally relevant teaching strategies and multilingual methods, we promote better engagement, deeper understanding, and more meaningful learning experience. This ensures that education becomes both inclusive and effective. Looking at Southeast Asia, we see similar strategies. Singapore uses English for global competitiveness but maintains mother tongue instruction for identity. Malaysia and Indonesia also balance national and local languages. These examples show that successful systems do not choose one language over another. They integrate multiple languages strategically.
To ensure visibility, we propose several key strategies: continuous teacher training in multilingual teaching, development of localized and digital instructional materials, strong community involved in language support. We also recommended regular monitoring to evaluate student progress, policy, and effectiveness.
We recognize challenges such as limited resources, teacher readiness, and resistance to change. To address this, we propose capacity building program, awareness campaign, and gradual implementation. In conclusion, our policy ensures equally better learning outcome and cultural preservation while still preparing learners for global opportunities. Thank you, and we are now ready to answer your questions.